So what's going to happen is that we're going to create you see a scoreboard here, yeah, a scoreboard here. So we're going to create this scoreboard to keep track of scores for us, okay? And what happens is that whenever bear avoids bat, you see, bear is avoiding bats, you notice, right, the score actually is increasing, right? But what happens when the bear touches the bat? So the bat says, ouch, and if you look at the score here, it becomes 0, okay? So let me show you again, yeah? So bear moves around, I'm gonna avoid the bat, we're not friends, go away bat, right? And then fine, and then bat annoys the bear, pump, ouch. So see, the score becomes 0 now, okay? We're gonna take a look at how we can do this today and keep track of scores in your game. All right, so let me stop this and switch over. Now, first of all, I hope you have saved the game that you have created from the past 3 coding camps. So the first thing you should do is go to Scratch and log into your Scratch account. Okay, log into your Scratch account. Okay, so sign in here. All right. Now, if you have saved your Scratch project, okay, your Scratch game on your computer, then you can actually load it into your Scratch. Yeah. Okay. So on this Scratch web, right? So if you go to My Stuff here, okay, if you click My Stuff here, okay, and then you see your project that's saved, right? So my project is saved as Best Project. So I'm going to click See Inside, okay? Okay, so then I have access to my blocks here, my codes, yeah? And then we see our bear and bat here, okay? Now, in order to keep track of scores, I'm going to introduce one concept that is very important for you in coding, okay? Now, this concept is called hope we can see this, a variable, okay? Okay, maybe I'm not, okay. Okay, this is nice. A variable, okay? So what is a variable, okay? Now, a variable is something like a container, okay? A container that can be used to store like points, right? Points, okay? So how do we create this container in Scratch, all right? Now, if you go to this, the sidebar here, okay, of the block categories, right? You will see here the one orange circle here that says variables, okay? So I want you to click on variables, okay? Now, before we can use a variable, before we can use a container for our score, we have to first create that container, right? Okay, we have to create a variable, all right? So to create a new variable, first of all, go to make a variable. Okay, so if you click make a variable, you will see new variable here. Okay, so we're going to name our new variable score. Okay, very obviously score. Okay, and then make sure that the score, is selected for all sprites. Okay, means all sprites will have access to this score variable. Okay, the score container. All right. So once you have entered the name of the variable score for all sprites here, then click OK here. Okay. Now, when our variable is created, you will see a new variable here. See, this is the new variable that I have created called score. Right? Okay, you should see it in your Scratch too. All right. Okay, so now we have created a variable. So first step done. Okay, so second step, right? Second step. Now, when we have created a variable, you see the score here appears here, right? So this is our new variable. Okay. Now, one of the first things we should do, yeah, when we have created a new variable, okay, is to make sure that at the start of the game, okay, we set the score to 0 first. Okay, we don't want the score to start with some random numbers. Okay, we want to make sure that the score starts with 0, because it makes sense, right? Because the score should start with 0 and then increase from 0. Okay, so how do we actually initialize, how do we actually start, okay, set the score to 0, all right? Now, click on your bear sprite, okay, click on your bear sprite, so you will see the block of codes for bear here, okay? Now, if you go to variables again, you will see this blocks here, set my variable to 0. Okay, let's drag and drop this, okay, and put it right under when the green flag is clicked. Okay, like what I'm doing here. Okay, all right. Now, what happens is, okay, so it played by itself, right? Yeah. So what happens is that, let me stop this. Okay, what happens is that when you put the set my variable here, okay, you have to change my variable to score, because you want to set score to 0. Okay, so you have to make sure that you select the correct variable. Okay, so select score, set score to 0. Okay, now this makes sure that when bear is clicked, okay, when we click bear, right, okay, the score is set to 0. Okay, the score is set to 0. All right. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so bear is moving. Okay, now notice that when I play, right, the score actually didn't increase. Yeah, it remained at 0. Okay, because we haven't set the score to increase yet. Okay, we've only say, okay, at the start, when the green flag is clicked, okay, we set the score to 0 first. Okay, so how do we increment or increase this score? All right, so now, okay, say for example, right, we want to increase the score when bat starts to fly crazily on the screen. Okay, so then we can, if we go to variables again, okay, you will see another block, and this block is called change my variable by 1. Okay, now this block allows us to increase the score by 1 point, here. All right. Now, because we want the score to keep increasing, right? Keep increasing until the bat actually touches the bear, right? Then the score will stop increasing, okay? So in order to do that, we will put this change my variable by 1 into the forever loop, okay? Into this forever block here, okay? This means that if we put it in the forever block, the score will keep increasing. Okay, it will keep increasing until it touches bear. Okay, so here, in order to make this work, yeah, before we run again, okay, before we click the green flag again, be careful here. Make sure you select the variable that you want. Okay, here the variable is score, so I change my variable here to score, right? So I change score by 1. Okay, now let's take a look now when we play. When we click the green flag, what happens? Okay, what happens? Okay. 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 Now, look here now. If I move my bear, okay, the score increases. Okay, the score keeps increasing. Okay. Oops. Okay. So just now my score remains at 0, didn't move at all, right? But now you see after I change the score by 1, I put it in my forever loop, the score keeps increasing, okay? Until I touch bat. Okay, when I touch bat, bat says ouch, and then the score stops. Doesn't increase anymore. It pause there. Okay. Then when I don't touch the bear again, you see the score increases again. Okay. Whoop, touch the bat again. Then the score pause. Stop. It doesn't increase any longer, right? Okay. And then when I move away, okay, now you see how this is becoming a bit of a game, right? So the game is the bear has to avoid the bat, okay, so that we will continue to increase our score. Okay, of course, the more score, the better, right? Yeah. So then you see how this is becoming a bit of a game already. Okay. Now we can make it even more fun, right? Now, when the bear touches the bat, okay, what happens is the score just stops. Okay. If let's just say I remove bear from bat, the score increases again. Okay. Now, to make it more fun, okay, we can make it so that when the bear touches the bat, okay, we can punish the player. We say, you touch the bat, you get score 0 again. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, now in order to do that, okay, you can see this block here set my variable to 0 again, right? Okay, so when the bear touches bat, okay, we're gonna set score to 0 again, okay, as a punishment to the player. Okay, so where do we put this block? Okay, so we're gonna put this block here, okay, after the bat says ouch. Okay, after the bear says ouch. Okay, so meaning that let's set our variable here first. Yeah, my variable to score. Okay, and then we set score to 0 again. Okay, this means that, okay, when the bear, okay, when the bat does not touch the bear, the score will continue to increase by 1. Okay, but when the bat touches the bear, okay, the bat will say ouch, and then the score is set to 0 again. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Okay, the difference. Yeah, after I added this this block here. All right. Okay. Let's try again. Yeah. So bear is moving. Okay, score is increasing. Okay, pump. I touch Mr. Bat. Okay, and you see, score now becomes 0. Bat says ouch, and my score at the top there becomes 0. Okay, so let's try again. Yeah. Again, okay, bear is not touching bat anymore. Okay, so my score keeps increasing. Oh, bat touches bear again, and then my score becomes 0. Okay, so now you see how this becomes a more interesting game now, because whenever bear touches bat, you punish. There's a punishment. Okay, your score becomes 0 again. Okay, so then the goal of this game here is to have bear avoid bat. Okay, so the bear, you move your mouse so that the bear would move around to avoid bats. And whenever bear touches bat again, oops, score becomes 0. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little bit more of trick, right? Okay, so let's just say, so just now when bear touches bat, right, the score becomes 0, right? Then if you think, this is maybe, too extreme a punishment, okay, for the player, right? So then, what if we want the score to be reduced, like whenever bear touches bat, we want to reduce the score, say, for example, by 10, okay, by 10. So how do we do that? Okay, very easy, okay? So the key is controlling the block here. Okay, so whenever bear touches bat, let's just say if you want the score to reduce by 10, the current score to be reduced by 10, okay, so first of all, we have to go to operators, okay, operators. So operators contains all the blocks that allows us to do mathematical operations, okay, it's mathematics lah, right? Okay, so you see here, I can snap my, oh, I shouldn't get plus, yeah, because whenever the bat touches bear, I don't want to add the score. Okay, I want to decrease. So minus, yeah, minus. Okay. So the plus one, let me put back. Okay. So I put the minus here. Okay, minus here. All right. So set score to, I want to minus from score, right? I want to minus from score. So I go back to my variables. Okay. And then I snap my score here again. Okay, I snap my score here. Okay, so how many do we want to minus? Yeah, or do we want to deduct the score whenever bat touches bear? Let's just say we minus 10. Okay, we minus 10. Okay, so we can set score to score minus 10. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Let's replay our game again. Let's click the green flag and see what happens now when bear touches the bat. Okay, let's put the music in. Okay, okay, so score is increasing. Okay, when bear touches bat. Okay, where's bat now? I'm waiting for bat to come. Okay. So you see how the score reduces now by tens, right? Okay, so it doesn't go directly to 0 now. Okay, so when I stop it and then, oops, okay, it will increase again. And then when I touch bat again, you see my score increases by 10, decreases by minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. Okay, so it doesn't go directly to 0. Okay, so these are different fun things that you could do with variables. Okay. All right, so that's all I have today for variables. And variables can make your game fun because, you know, you can introduce the score here. Okay, and usually when you play a game, you want to collect as much points as possible, right? So then you can also make your game fun by, you know, when your sprites interact, then you can minus points or you can set it to 0, like what I did just now. Okay. So I hope you're able to create your own score here, okay? And again, in the coding concept that allows us to create this score here, that we can add and minus, it's called a, let me see if I can put this right, variable, okay? Because of my background, I think it can't be seen very nicely, but it's okay, maybe not. Okay, never mind. It's variable. Okay. Nice attempt, but I think the background sort of like blocked the words. Yeah, but it's you can repeat after me. Variable. Okay. The score is a variable. All right. Now with that, I hope you had fun. So your game is full now. This week in the today in Coding Camp 4, I'm giving you the last piece of, you know, how you make your game whole or full by, you know, keeping track of the scores. Okay. So I hope you had fun. All right. And lastly, please remember to save your game. Okay, please remember to save your game. So if you're doing this online, then automatically it's saved to your account. But if you're doing this, you want to save a copy of this on your computer, you can go to File, Save to your computer. Okay. So that's it. This is the last part, the last piece of our Codemaven 1.0 coding camp. Okay, tomorrow, we still have something on tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, please tune in again with us from 8 to 8:20 because tomorrow we will be revealing our Game Jam Coding Challenge. Okay, it's the game competition that you've been waiting for. Okay, I won't give you too much details of the competition yet, so make sure you check out you tune in into Zoom tomorrow, and then we will have Teacher Jason and Teacher Chong Wei, okay, to give you more details about the game, okay, about our game jam. All right, so make sure you tune in again tomorrow. All right, thank you very much. I hope you had fun. Okay, now I'm passing the mic back to Jolene. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so very interesting. Hope that you guys learned something new again for today. And please be reminded to save your project, to save your game, yeah?